When I was 7 years old, my mom took me and my brothers. We went to a Cubs-Phillies game at Wrigley Field. Just loved the smells, the sounds, everything about baseball. And that day I decided I'm going to become a Major League Baseball player. That was my dream. And I was not raised Catholic. So I went to a Catholic high school to play baseball, and little did I know how that decision would change my life. Became Catholic as a senior in high school. Went on to play college baseball at Mississippi State University. Definitely the highlight of my college career came in the tournament to get to the College World Series. I came up in the 9th inning, bases loaded.
The 3-1 pitch is a drive, a grand slam for Masters!
I was named Most Valuable Player of the tournament, which helped us get to the World Series. People say, well, what happened? And as I look back on it, I realize God had a different plan. Baseball was the central focus of my life, and my Catholic faith kind of fit in whenever I had time. And so I had to think, why do I believe these things? And I actually came to a point where I questioned whether I'd made the right decision to become Catholic. What kept bringing me back to the Catholic Church was the Eucharist, and that really lit a fire in my heart. I finally said, I'm going to be Catholic and always will. And then I was actually invited to go to Eucharistic adoration. And I was afraid of the silence, because in the silence, who do we encounter? But God and ourselves. But it was in that silence that I started to hear, Burke, I'd like you to be a priest. And I said, that's crazy. I'm going to marry Stephanie here and just go along with my plans. And it persisted. And so I said, God, if you really want me to be a priest, make it clear. And so little by little, people would start coming up to me saying, Burke, I think you'd make a great priest. But eventually went to the seminary and I didn't look back. So I am a Knight of Columbus myself. When I was a seminarian, they helped me financially. If you look at what Jesus did, strengthening and teaching, and then sending forth. And that's what the Knights of Columbus does with their men, for fraternity, for faith, and then for charitable works. 5 years ago, I got a call, said they were looking for a Catholic chaplain for the Chicago Cubs. I thought, man, I can't pass up this opportunity. It's a ministry of presence. And I just walk around talking to the guys, getting prayer intentions. And then when they hear that I played a little bit of minor league baseball, the doors opened up. 2016, at spring training, I went to Mesa, and Joe Madden the first day said, Father Burke, do you want to practice with the team tomorrow? And so we go onto the field, and there's, Bryant and Rizzo and Russell, the whole starting lineup of the Cubs and me on this field. All of a sudden, my eyes begin to well up with tears. And my first thought was, there's no crying in baseball. But my second thought immediately after that was, God, you're amazing. It was like God was saying, this was your dream to be a Major League Baseball player, but now you're living my dream as a priest. There's just this sense that in baseball, spring training, you get to start over, start fresh. There's this sense of hope with every season. And I liken it to our faith, that no matter how bad things get, no matter how far we've strayed from God, our record is 0-0 again. We're starting over, and it's like a fresh season ahead. It's not about our plans. And every good thing that you have has come from Him. Offer them back to Him, because we can't outdo God in generosity. And watch what He does with it.